Hello, I'm here with Dr. Mads Gilbert. Dr. Mads is from Norway and has won the award for volunteer services for social science here in the UAE. He's won the Hamdan Medical Award. Dr. Mads, you must be very proud.
I am extremely thrilled, proud and very humbled.
And why do you think you won the award?
I don't know. I don't feel like I deserve that award because I think that those who deserve it are the people who are really struggling to survive. And my medical colleagues who are in Gaza, who work under extremely difficult circumstances, like the doctors and nurses in Syria, in Iraq and in other places where the less fortunate people are living under very, very rough conditions.
But Dr. Mads, you're an emergency physician, is that correct? And I think you're being very modest because you have done an awful lot of work out in Gaza and Palestine. Do you want to tell people what it is that you have been doing?
I've been doing medical solidarity work for many years, and with that I mean I go to places where people are in a difficult position, and where the medical system is badly needed in order to try to have people survive. The most important thing I think I've been doing is actually to train local people to handle the situation themselves, because I think we have to stop this caravan of relief workers going from the north to the south. I think it's better to train people locally because they are just as good as we are to do it, and often they are much more able to improvise. So my experience from Burma, from Cambodia, from other places of the world with landmines has been that, you know, once you share knowledge and skills with the people in the global south, they can manage themselves. And so why don't we do that more often? And then in the second position, of course, when there is a critical situation like often in Gaza with Israeli attacks, I go there in order to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian doctors and nurses and those people who really have to do an extremely difficult medical work to treat the wounded.
I mean, that's absolutely wonderful, and I think that's exactly why you've won the Hamdan Medical Award. And do you think that awards like this will help increase the awareness of the work that you are doing and hopefully to fuel it for the future?
Well, I hope. We can only hope. But, you know, for the people of Palestine, occupied Palestine, they have been under a very rough occupation for so many years now. And in Gaza, they have been under siege and blockade for 7 years and nothing happens. So I hope it may make a small difference. But I think the most important difference is that the good people of the Arab world, like the good people of Europe and other parts of the world, can stand up in solidarity with the Palestinian people and say enough is enough. And I will, of course, donate the prize and dedicate the prize to my brave colleagues in the hospitals in Gaza, who, as we are speaking, are lacking water, supplies, drugs, everything, and still they stand their call, they don't yield, and they show the world what humanity and what diligence really is.
So you've answered my next question, which was going to be, who would you dedicate this award to? So given that you dedicate it to your colleagues out in Gaza, if you were going to use winning this award as a platform to get a message across, what would you like to tell people?
I would like to tell the people of the Arab world and the rest of the world that we have all together to stand steadfast against injustice, because injustice is always hitting hardest on ordinary people. And as a medical doctor, I feel extremely obliged to side up with the less fortunate. If you try to stand neutral in a situation of oppression, you end up supporting the oppressors, as Desmond Tutu said. So I think what we all have to do is to be concerned and switch off the television and talk together and try to get a glimpse of the realities in the world of today and be a partner in the change that we need. And as for Palestine, I think in particular the people of the Arab world can and must and have to stand up and say that we want the siege of Gaza to be lifted, we want the bombing to be stopped, we want the Palestinian people to have a fair and just solution, which is not military but political, based on fairness and justice for all people, we have a long way to go before we have justice in the world.
Of course we do, but I think a lot of people, and especially in the Arab world, would like to support you with that message. And just to carry on with messages, if there was a message you could give to Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is obviously the patron for this award. What would you like to say to him?
First of all, I would say shukran jazilan. Thank you so much for this great honor. I'm very privileged and honored and humbled to receive this prize. Number two, I want to thank him for allocating so much time, efforts and resources to the field of research and medicine, because there is a choice. People can use the money for weapons, for occupation, for oppression, or as he does, use the money and the resources for science, for understanding human life, understanding how we can improve human life. And we still have so many unsolved challenges for the human beings, in particular in the global south, that his efforts is highly needed, and I so much respect and thank him for his efforts.
Thank you for your message, and thank you very much. Lovely to meet you. Shukran.